Hello, everyone. So it's breaking news. NTA putting breaking news. So probably it's no longer breaking news for you. Atiku Abubakar's son joins APC, Abba Atiku Abubakar, and this is being reported by NTA. Someone asked a question and say, is NTA partisan? All the defection that has been happening, people moving to ADC, that they've not reported any of it, but the one of Atiku son moving to APC, that's one thing that they reported on. And before I go on, I'm sure you've seen it from the title. The question I ask is that if it was Peter Obi's son and not Atiku's son that defected to APC, will the reaction be with the way it is, or it would have been CNN, Al Jazeera, international kind of news that have been made out of it? But anyway, before I come to that, let me say, Atiku Abubakar, NTA says Abba Atiku Abubakar joins APC. The son of Nigeria's former vice president, Abba Atiku Abubakar, has joined the All Progressive Congress to mobilize support for the re-election of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. They put president because now my president, I skipped that. He was received by the deputy president of the Senate, Barrow Jibril, and the national vice chairman of the APC Northeast, Mustafa Salihu, Thursday evening in Abuja. Abba Abubakar Atiku also renamed the political group he founded to Haske Bola Tinubu Organization. It was set up in 2022 as Atiku Haske organization. But there was something that someone put on that. He said, "Do not die in their war." He put this book by Dele Faro to me. And I think at this stage, we thinking it's their war and not thinking it's our war. I think somehow to an extent, at this stage that we are in right now, it's a fallacy. Before, yes, I totally agree with that statement. But now we should make it our war because we are the casualties. These people go on irrespective of who is in power. They get to enjoy, they get to move from this side to that side. It's the rest of us citizens who think we don't want to be part of politics, we don't want to participate, we don't want to stain our whites, we don't want to do all of that have not had this war. And then we are the casualty of that war. Atiku Abubakar, did a statement, and I'm going to read out the statement to you in the things that he said. And let me just look for that statement. He said, "The decision of my son Abba Abubakar to join the APC is entirely personal. In a democracy, such choices are neither unusual nor alarming, even when family and politics intersect. As a Democrat, I do not coerce my own children in matters of conscience, and I certainly will not coerce Nigerians. What truly concerns me is the poor governance of the APC and the severe economic and social hardship it has imposed on our people. I remain resolute in working with like-minded patriots to restore good governance and offer Nigerians a credible alternative that brings relief, hope, and improvement." And of course, he signed it AA to show that it was from him. Yeah, and I totally agree with Atiku Abubakar, the fact that, your children, they have a right to do what they're going to do, and you're not the one to force them. They are adults and all of that. It's a matter of choice, and people do make all of these choices. But beyond that I'm looking at it from the reaction of Nigerians and other people, it's always Peter Obi. There are some people who every interview, they have to talk about Mr. Peter Obi, otherwise it's not going to go anywhere. But yet they keep saying that Mr. Peter Obi is not relevant, but their action says, otherwise. So on that, coming down to it and looking at it from that angle is to say, if it was Mr. Peter Obi's son that had, joined APC, what do you think the reaction would have been? Everything would have been said, how, you cannot be a leader, you cannot even lead your family, your children don't believe in you. If your children don't believe in you, how are you going? Nigeria is going to believe in you. You can see everything will be said. When even up to today, Mr. Peter Obi is not the only one that left a party to join ADC. But guess what? He's the one that every day they say because his party could not lead a party. If he could not lead how do they usually put it? He could not lead a party. How can he lead Nigeria? Meanwhile, other parties that were bigger, see PDP and co, they've gone down. People have left it to join ADC. Their own is not the main issue. It is that Mr. Peter Obi, and that's usually the hypocrisy, that it's usually not a nice thing. Because if we're going to be judging people, let's judge them on the same page. Let's use the same, brush for everyone. It's not that some people, they will just give them some soft landing, and other people, even when there's nothing to land that they need to be landing, or they will bring whatever to break their back, the way the tortoise back was broken. And you see this again and again. It just says a whole lot. But hey, let me also ask you, just sit down and just ponder and think about it for a moment, that it was Mr. Peter Obi's son that did this. How would the news, every newspaper would have carried it, would have been the headline everywhere. You were talking, everybody would have come to analyze and reanalyze the Daneboalas of this world. What's that other one's name? The Omokris of this world. What's the other one that is spokesperson to Tinubu? Don't even forget his name. But I'm sure you buy your Onanuga, the Onanugas of this world would have done, 10 pages episode just to explain how this shows that he does not have leadership qualities, he cannot lead, he cannot do this, he cannot even motivate his children. His children don't believe in him. Oh, they have seen what he is. His son has seen what he is. His son has known how he will destroy Nigeria. That's what you would have been hearing up to now. But this time, there's that soft landing and everything, going on. But let me just round up this by saying to every Nigerian out there that 2027 election is Nigerians fighting for their lives. And this is no longer about their war. This is our war. Let's make it our war. We keep saying, let's not die in their war. Yes, but let's make our own war to save our own lives, because we have become the casualty of all those wars that they do. If we refuse to participate in politics, it's only going to get worse. It's not going to get better. And if you think that people don't have capacity to do what that is happening, then watch them. And you see that we've been saying that all this while, where every year, another 4 years, it becomes worse and worse and worse. And there's a limit to which we all can continue to have this, go on. And so I must say that at this stage, I'm going to say that it's left for us to decide what we want to do. I can only talk, I can't force anybody, but just know that Nigeria has capacity to deal with everyone. That's what people don't understand. They think they will never be victims, even if you live abroad. When Nigeria means you, it will definitely get you. And it is in our own best interest to ensure that the country works and works for everyone, so that we go on to be a place where you're not likely to fall victim. The more you do nothing about it, the more your possibility of you becoming a victim becomes more of a reality every day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.